Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Well, I am sitting in the Atlanta airport and I'm sitting in a little comfy place on the floor. We're in this section that is like there's nobody in here. There's my husband over there. You can see him. There he is. And he's listening to music and staring out the window. So I thought I would vlog a little bit and get some of the stuff done today, or right now, so that when I get home I don't have to vlog for like an hour. I probably am gonna go to the post office tonight, so I might finish it up for like 5 minutes, or if I vlog enough right here, then I will just do it on here. Speaking of videos, I was actually, so Alex has to work at 8 and I have to be at the tax guy to wrap stuff up tomorrow morning at 10. And then I have to get the dogs in the afternoon, and I wanted to like do laundry and make videos tomorrow because I want to make videos on all 5 of my channels because I haven't made videos on most of my channels since I've been gone. Like my Peterisms, BookTube, and review channel, I haven't made a video since the day I left. And actually, I filmed a BookTube video and never posted it, so I have to post that one. I was shopping in Barnes & Noble. But anyway, I really wanted to film and post videos tomorrow, but like I have this tax stuff in the morning, and then I have the dog stuff in the afternoon, and then tomorrow evening I have to go to my meeting because of the business meeting like I talked about. So I have a pretty full day tomorrow. So I may wait until Wednesday to post videos on all of my channel. I may post them on like, you know, well obviously the vlog, but like I might post them on another channel. So anyway, Alex is getting sleepy and I just went and got some Caribou Coffee. I just got a large coffee, 2 equal on it. The closest other coffee place is like a mile in a different like corridor of gates or something. So anyway, I will tell you about my day now. My day. I was looking for my phone. My phone is plugged in over there. We got up at like 7:15 this morning, which is super early for me, you know. And I was completely packed and everything last night when I went to bed. And then we got up, we took showers and got ready. We were out of our room by like 8:15, 8:20, and then we went and checked out, which took us like 2 minutes to do. And then we had a ride. We had like a van that we like took with, okay, it was me. I sat in the very front seat with the driver. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess it was just 3 couples total, but there wasn't enough room in the back. And so we went to the airport, and it was like an hour and 15-minute drive. I totally fell asleep on the way there. I mean, like, it was like nodding my head and stuff. I've been so tired all day. I feel like I need an entire day just to recoup from my vacation. So, it's so pretty over there. Look at, you can see the clouds outside in Atlanta. Isn't that so pretty? Can you see that? There's my sexy husband. Look at that. Anyway, come back into focus. I had to find like a little area where there weren't like people, you know, sitting around. So we got to the airport, and then we got there really, really early because we wanted to make sure that there wasn't like, you know, if there was a car accident on the way or something like that. So our flight left at 1:45, and we got there at like, I don't know, early, like 11 or 10:30 or something like that. Well, we left at 8:50, so like 10:15 we got there. And we didn't leave till like 1:45. We went and ate at this little Margaritaville restaurant. It was so shitty. The food was so bad. It was expensive. I got a veggie burger and it was nasty. It was like worse than a Morningstar veggie burger, which is really hard. But Alex got nachos that looked really good. We did have like little homemade guac at the table that was delicious. And then he got like a bunch of little like trinkets for his family and stuff to bring back. And girls that he works with and stuff like that. And then I got a t-shirt for Tanya and a t-shirt for me because I'm wanting to get like a t-shirt, you know, every time I go out of the country or out of the city and go to a different city. So I got that, and then I just right now got an Atlanta t-shirt. It was $6.99 at the gift store. I'm gonna be collecting these. other city t-shirts. And so yeah, and then on the plane ride, I listened to my audiobook while we were staying at the airport. On my plane ride here, this plane looks like coming like in right here, and it looks like it's, or is it going the other way? I can't tell. But it looks like it's coming right, I know it's going the other way. I watched Beautiful Boy. Well, I finished The Hate U Give, and then I watched Beautiful Boy. The Hate U Give was so good. I mean, it was so good. The girl who plays Star is just phenomenal in it. It was like one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And it was a lot different than the book, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was a fantastic adaptation of the book. And then I watched Beautiful Boy, which I have to say, well, first of all, it was so different than the book. It was really hard to watch. There were really parts of it that were really hard to watch. The scene about the money, I mean, he just wanting money from his dad in the diner, if you haven't seen it, like, that was really hard. Stealing from his dad was really hard for me to watch. I mean, those were things I did 22 years ago, or 24 years ago. But there's a movie called, I can never remember what this movie's called. It's with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he plays a heroin addict. Basketball Diaries. It is such a fantastic movie, Basketball Diaries, if you've never seen it. It's a true story about the poet, and I can't think of what his name is now. But I think he wrote the book that goes to the movie through poetry or something like that. But there's a scene when he's like banging on his mother's door, like, just let me in, just let me in. And she's like, no, I can't. And she's like tearing, like just tears are like sobbing her face. And she's like, no, I can't let you in. And she's like, or she's just being silent or something, like not letting him know that she's there. But that was very much that scene. But if you haven't seen or read the book Beautiful Boy, it's really about like how a dad learns to not be enabling anymore. And I thought that they really did show that in the book, or in the movie. I knew that, look, so in the book, they literally go back to like when the kid was really, really young, when Nick was really young, and they talk about him, like his dad raising him like the whole time. And so it shows this bond between them as it grows. And that was one of my favorite parts of the book. They didn't do so much of that. They did like a lot of flashback scenarios and things like that, but I thought it was extremely well done. I thought the movie was shot beautifully. I wasn't super impressed with the role of the stepmom until later. And then like the scene when she chases him in the car, if you've seen this scene, I'm not ruining it for you because it won't make any sense to you if you haven't seen it. But like the scene when she's chasing him in the car, like I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me of my stepmom back then. Like I've had it. Like I enough is enough, and I'm not gonna let my family be affected by this anymore. And like I've said that a lot. You know, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So the movie was interesting to me. Yeah. People have asked me, and since like, you know, the movie has come out, do I think that as far as a teaching movie, it's specific to crystal methamphetamine? And I don't. I think that regarding that movie specifically, there are a lot of things that are specific to meth addicts, but I do believe that overall the take from it is a drug is a drug is a drug, because you're really talking about the family members. I wish they had focused more on the end of him going to Al-Anon and learning how to set limits and boundaries, because in the book that's a huge part. Like, it's a huge, huge part in the book. And how he kind of gets to that point. In the movie, it's very rushed. Like, he just kind of is like, I'm no longer can I help you, and, you know, and then kind of also makes it look like the mom is the one that, like, can't handle it, which, if I remember in the book, at the end, the mom's kind of gotten there, like, the biological mom kind of got there before he did, is how I remember it correctly, but I could be wrong. Now, the son, Nick Sheff, has also written a book called Tweak, which is about his descent into crystal methamphetamine addiction. So you learn more about it when you read the book, Beautiful Boy. But there's a lot more that goes into that. I wore jeans today and I'm regretting it. I wore jeans, this shirt, these sandals, and Alex wore like grayish jeans, like little boots, and like a white, he wore that t-shirt that he had on that says more love please, and then he wore like a whitish kind of like hoodie t-shirt, which is very similar to what I bought Tanya. I got Tanya like a tidy whitey. I got Tanya a like a white hooded, a thin kind of like t-shirt sweatshirt thing, because she wanted something that said Cancun on it. So anyway, you okay, babe? He can't hear me. He has his AirPods on. And I don't know what I'm going to do on the plane ride home. I might just listen to my audiobook. It's only like, I think, an hour and 20-minute flight. Just so ridiculous that we have to wait here for so long. We're here till, it's like right now, I think when I came and sat down it was like 7 something. And now our plane leaves at 9:24. And I asked him if he wanted to go get something to eat. He was like, no, I'm full from earlier. So I guess I'll just sit here and vlog for a while. That's why I was like, I'm gonna vlog now. All the times I've been to an airport, it's crazy. When I was a little kid, the very first time that I went on an airplane, my dad would fly a lot for like work and business trips and stuff. So I wanted to go on an airplane really bad. And so my dad's whole family is all from Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is like north of Indiana. It's like far north. And so like one Saturday afternoon or something, we like took a plane ride up there, and I wore like a little tie. My dad wore like a tie and a jacket. And we dressed up and we went on the plane to Fort Wayne. It's literally like a 20-minute plane ride, okay? I'm sure they don't even have flights that fly to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Oh, that's actually not true. Like when I was standing in line earlier, I thought I heard somebody say something about Fort Wayne, Indiana. They said final destination. He said Fort Wayne, Indiana. But for me, it's like a 2-hour drive, so it would make more sense to like fly into Indianapolis and then drive to Fort Wayne. But I don't know if they still have like an airport there or whatever. But anyway, so I'm here I am, this little kid, and my dad, like, you know, we were wearing our like ties and jackets and khakis, and we flew into Fort Wayne, and like everybody was waiting for us at the airport. And then we went to my grandma's house and we had lunch and stuff, and then we flew back, and that was our day, because he like wanted me to, like, you know, wasn't that sweet? He wanted me to like have my first experience like flying a plane. So that was my first experience flying the plane. I don't remember what my second one was. Probably Florida, to visit my dad's fraternity brother, because we used to go down there for like Easter and sometimes Thanksgiving. They lived in Sarasota. I've actually talked a lot about them. I'll have to do some stories about them. Is it spring break? Is spring break over yet? I'll have to do some stories about them, because we used to have so much fun down there. Those were the times. There were a lot of families on spring break. Somebody asked me earlier, like, is Unico they asked me in the comment sections of the vlog, is Unico a good place to take your family on vacation? So it's adults only, it's couples only. There are no, like, there aren't any kids. I think the age is like maybe 21, I'm not sure. It could be 18, I have no idea. Did you see, I just read that the state of Illinois passed that the legal age to buy tobacco now is 21. And to vape? Did you guys see that? Pretty interesting when you see a lot of teenagers vaping and stuff like that. Which is supposedly worse for you than cigarette smoking. So, yeah, there were when we were coming through customs, there were tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of families that were coming back from vacations. So, like, a plane landed at the same time that we did from Turks and Caicos. I want to go to Turks and Caicos so bad. I've heard it's just unbelievably beautiful. But yeah, Unico's not really a place to go, and like, there weren't any kids. Now, the resort that was one down from us, and I don't know what it was. I think it was more European though, because like all the people there were speaking like German and French, and there were a lot of kids. The beach went way back too, like where our pools started, like their beach went back that far, and then they had like more of like an up front, because I could kind of like see it from the beach. So they had like a lot of flat beach. I don't know what resort that was. It didn't look as nice, but it looked like older, but it was still a nice resort. I mean, all those resorts down there are so nice, you know, like, I mean, to be honest, like, the way I feel about it is, how good is the food? Is the bed comfortable? Is the beach nice? Because if you're on a crappy beach that the seaweed is out of control, it could ruin the whole trip for you. Trust me, I've been there. And how nice are the pools? That's really, for me, like, what I look at. And I have to say that one of the things that made this trip fantastic was just that the beds were so incredibly comfortable. So, yeah, Unico is definitely not a place. And you know, the other thing that's interesting to me is that people always ask about, like, Miami, like taking kids to Miami and stuff like that. Alex has so many stories about, like, going to Miami with his dad. So, like, when Alex moved here when he was, like, 12, his dad, I think, would come up. They would go to, like, Orlando. They would split, like 3 weeks at Christmas time. Like, Alex's dad would come here from Venezuela, so he would have them, and he would split, like, Christmas time, I think. I don't know how it works, but anyway, between, like, Orlando and Miami, or one year it was Orlando and one year it was Miami, or something like that. But there really isn't anything for kids to do in Miami. Like, you see a lot of kids, but it would be kind of, I don't know, I think it would be kind of a boring city to, I mean, it's like Las Vegas in Florida. I mean, it really is. But a lot of people take their kids to Las Vegas. My hairstylist is taking her daughter to Las Vegas because this is so sweet. I love this. Did I talk about this on here already? So my hairstylist is taking her daughter. She may have already gone while we were gone, but she's taking her daughter to like Las Vegas for like 2 or 3 nights, and her mom's going too. Well, her mom wasn't going to go. Now her mom's going because her daughter really wants to go to Venice and to Paris, and so they're gonna stay at the Venetian, and then they're gonna like go over and do like the Paris and eat dinner there. And that's so sweet, because she's like, I don't have the money right now to be taking my 10-year-old daughter to Paris and Venice for 2 weeks. So she's like, we're gonna do Vegas, and she wants to ride the gondola, the Venetian, and stuff. I thought that was such a cute idea. I would never have thought of that. I'm like not always thinking, like I like to think that I'm that way, but I just don't always think that way. I edited all these pictures last night and then I forgot to put them on Instagram. Did you guys ever do that? It's basically the same picture anyway. Here, I'll do it for you. People are now laughing so hard because I do the smirk. I've taught everybody how to do the smirk. Here, look. But you have to like kind of fix your hair too if you do it with hair. And then here's the other one too, okay? Like if you want to look really serious but you don't want to look at the camera, like you want to look like off the distance, you kind of like look, get the cameras here, you turtle it, and then you kind of just look off in that direction. Like you're thinking about like the best ice cream sundae in the entire world. I know now everybody looks at my pictures on Instagram and they're like, turtle. Oh, this has been a fun trip. We've been gone forever though. It really, like today, I started like getting a little panicky this morning. I was like, okay, I've got to make sure I have this. It wasn't even like if I forgot something, because I was like, if I forget it, I can just get it. I can just get a new one when I get back to Indianapolis. I just need to get home. I really miss my dogs. I'm really happy that my dogs are okay. It's just been a really, really long trip, like crazy long. And it's been fantastic, and I'm so glad that we had like, 12 days together, but it's just, do you know like when, like, okay, it's between, like, so he went to bed last night, right? And I'm sitting there watching some stuff on YouTube and drinking a Fanta orange, and I'm like we're leaving, we're leaving this resort in less than 8 hours, right? Like, I'm just ready to go right now. Like, do you forget like that? Like, I'm just ready to go and be home like that. And then when we were in the van on the way to the airport, this guy was like, oh yeah, we're flying back to Jersey. It's 4 hours direct. And I'm like, I go, what time is your flight leaving? He goes, I think like right at noon. I'm like, they're already home right now, okay? They got the dogs, they're unpacked, they're sitting there watching whatever you watch on Monday night. And we are still at the airport, not even leaving for like another hour and a half. Hi, so fun, oh my God. But I've spent so much time in airports, especially like at night, because my dad would always do these crazy connecting flights where we were like really late. And so it's kind of fun just to walk up and down the airport. I love it. And just kind of like, I was telling Alex this. My husband does not enjoy people watching whatsoever. He thinks it's so boring. He doesn't understand it. He thinks it's stupid. He doesn't people watch whatsoever, okay? He clothing watches. He looks at outfits because he likes outfits. But he said, that he doesn't people watch. So I was telling him about this game that I used to play in college. He's like, you've told me that before. So my friend and I she and I used to play this game in college called Instant History. And so what we would do is we would sit like on the college campus during our breaks. We'd like smoke cigarettes and stuff. This is way before things got super, super bad for me. This is when I could still kind of like go to some classes and stuff, like my first year. So we would sit out there and we would like smoke cigarettes and we would like watch people, and then she would like point to somebody and she'd go instant history, and you had to like come up with an instant history, and you'd be like, okay, her name's Donna and she's going back to school because she wants to get her degree in archaeological studies because she saw Raiders of the Lost Ark like 150 times. She makes a real mean beef and noodles. She's got 5 kids. They've all graduated from high school, but one's a farmer. You have to do like this whole instant history thing. And so like Alex never like participates in that with me, right? But last night when we were coming back, this was like part of the conversation was, he was like, that was where he was like, oh, that Darlene, and she always gets all the awards. But it went on and on and on and on and on. It was really funny. So anyway. Hey, Alex. Babe. He can't hear me. I think he must be charging his, like wireless Beats. Do you charge those too? I'm sitting on the floor because if I sit up, I have to like duck down and I'm not comfortable. And every time I sit on the floor, somebody's like, ew, you're sitting on the floor. Listen, if you were tired and you were at the airport, you would sit on the floor too, okay? Don't act grand. Let's just be for real. I have sat on many an airport floor, and it wasn't because I was filming no vlog, okay? Let's just be for real. Let's just call it how it is. I'm not that special. I'm not that grand. I can sit on the airport floor. And this one is actually very nice. So this is a comfortable one. I could just roll up and go to sleep right here if I had to. Have you ever slept in an airport? I have slept in an airport before, I think. Well, actually, one time, back in the day, I think it was Cancun. It was somewhere I went with my dad and my stepmom and my very first boyfriend. Maybe it was Grand Cayman, but our plane got like delayed, and it was like by weather in the United States, and it was just delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. So we were literally at the airport forever, and my stepmother had these earphones on, and she was sitting on the floor, and so she didn't know anybody couldn't hear her, right? And she was singing to Madonna. She was like, holiday, and she was singing real loud, and we were laughing at her. Anyway, that was a fun trip. But like we literally sat on the floor of this dusty airport, like dirty, dusty airport, like all day. That must have been Cancun, because I remember there was like this really good looking guy, and he was like real short, younger, and like he got like, came off of some plane, and like all these girls like rushed him and like wanted autographs with him. Autographs, okay, not selfies. You have to remember, this was, so he and I started dating I got sober in 94, so we started dating in 95, in October of 95, so this would have been anywhere from like 95, probably first 3 years, to like 98, 99, so this was back then. I don't know, he was some telenovela music Mexican star probably, or something. I don't know who he was, but we knew that he was famous. Not YouTube famous. I don't think he was YouTube famous. But anyway, we were so bored, and then my stepmom was like, who is he? Who do you think he is? I'm like, I don't know, go ask. But anyway, yeah, that was fun. Oh, the days, back in the days of traveling. I could travel all the time. Hold on a second, it's gonna stop. But can I just tell you, one of the things that really gets kind of on my nerves is when people they act like so serious, like, right, about their traveling. I'm just like, quit trying to be so bougie, okay? Y'all want the free, listen, y'all just want your free peanuts like the rest of us, okay? But I get the biscotti. Whenever they ask me, do you want cookies? Like, listen, I would never in a million years, they have them at Walmart, but I would never in a million years buy those biscotti. I just wouldn't, okay? Because if they sat around, they wouldn't even make it an hour. They're always like, peanuts, he loves dry salted peanuts. Peanuts, almonds, or biscotti. I'm like, or they go, or cookies. I'm like, cookies. I'm not stupid, okay? This vacation's ending in about 2 hours, and the cookie time's over. I gotta have as many cookies as I can have. I got a bag of peanut M&Ms in there that I ate about through the whole thing. I was like watching that drug addict movie. I was about going crazy, like feeling the old days. That movie made me nervous. Really reminded me a lot of me and my dad. Although I will say this, watching it, like, my dad was so much less of an enabler than he was, and but the stories are so completely different. So I think my dad got there a lot quicker, you know, even though the ages are different. Like, he wasn't really so much in the dark about what was going on. But anyway, yeah, I have a whole bag of peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms. But I ate like 3/4 of them while I was watching that movie. Oh my God, and the end of The Hate You Give just really, well, have you seen it? Have you read the book? I loved how it ended. I loved so much of that. There were so many lines in that book that were just fantastic. When she says, like, I think it's a really important book or movie for people to participate in of privilege, because there's a part in there where it really addresses that, you know, and there's a part in there where and I remember reading it and just being like, it made me think in ways that I had never thought of before. And there's a part where her boyfriend, who it's actually the guy from Riverdale, and he says to her, I don't see color. And then, no, she says, you don't know me. You don't know what it's like to be me. And he goes, yes, I do. You're no different than me. I don't see color. And she says to him, if you don't see color, then you don't see the real me. And then at the end, like, she references that statement. But that's such an interesting statement, you know, and I think, like, I think it's true. I think, you know, so I don't know. I thought the movie was just beautifully, beautifully done. I honest to God, like, very rarely do I read a book and then I watch the movie where I feel like it was such a perfect fit. Like, even the girl that played Dumpling, I loved her as Dumpling. Like, she was fantastic to me. But I've seen her now in Bird Box too, and like, I didn't like it. She easily transcribes to other things. I don't know what the girl's name is that plays Star in The Hate You Give, but she is Star. I mean, she is fantastic in that movie. So, so, so good. And the girl that played Dumpling was fantastic too. The girl that played Willow Dean. Willow Dean was just kind of a bitch in the book sometimes. I mean, quite frankly, she was. I mean, she didn't want to lose a lot of weight. She didn't want people to feel sorry for her. You know, when people did feel sorry for her, she kind of isolated herself from them. She pissed off her best friend. You know, like, she could just be kind of mean sometimes. And I kind of loved her for it, because she was so raw and vulnerable and just genuine of who she was. You guys have to see this sky. It's so pretty. Look at that. I wonder what time it is. Is there a clock anywhere around here? Oh, sweet Christ, it's 8 o'clock, 8:05. We've got an hour, 24 minutes, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Hell's bells. There are always like so many kids at the airport, and they just travel so well. Like, we did not have the tablets when I was growing up, okay? If you had given me a tablet, I would have been just fine, okay? We didn't have any tablets back then. There should be no running in the airport, though. This would be kind of a fun place to be a kid, though, wouldn't it? Just running around and... No, but like, I've been super impressed. Like, they've all been like really, really well behaved. Like, on every flight that we've been on, they all just sit there and play their little tablets and do their little books and stuff like that. Very well behaved. I've been impressed. I just say this Caribou Coffee is not bad. Have you ever had it? I don't know much about it. I don't think we have one in Indianapolis. Find me. Okay, it says, life is short. Should we read these? Here, let's see. Let's let it motivate us. Life is short, stay awake for it. Best of the North. I totally agree. Life is short, stay awake for it. Okay, Minnesota. Is it from Minnesota? Minnesota. Is that where they're from? Is that how we say it in soda? Okay, Minnesota, nice. Far flaps down. Ear flaps down. Far flaps down. Find me on the lake. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. Snowmobile parking only. Sleep under the stars. To the cabin, to the cities. State of coffee, it must be Minnesota. Living on loon time, you betcha. Oh, it is Minnesota, you betcha. Original campfire mocha. Follow your, I wonder why we're in Atlanta though, and they have Minnesota, you betcha. Yo, you betcha, Minnesota. Follow your heart as long as it's going north, okay. 3-day weekend. Lakeside chillin', land of 10,000 ice rinks. Now this is living, it said. Doesn't say anything about it. Bring it, mosquitoes. Hot cabin days, crisp cabin nights. Aw, I love that one. Look at that one. Do you see? Isn't this so sweet? Makes me so happy. My heart is in the woods. Oh, for cute. Oh, for cute. I don't get it. Okay, I have to tell you guys a story. This is so bad. This is one bad story. So there was this girl that was sitting next to me on the plane. And she was all bougied out, okay? Let me just tell you, okay? She was like, I don't know where she was going, but she had this ginormous Louis Vuitton purse, and she had this little slinky black dress, okay, to be flying home from Cancun in the middle of the afternoon in these stacked sandals, whatever, okay? She was real pretty. She was real all that kind of stuff. But she was playing those games. This is the kind of shit that I can't be sitting next to, okay? And I'm sure the one person out there that's waiting for me to say something like this is already like, I'm gonna find her and let her know what you said about her. Go have at it, okay? And anybody that wants to critique me for playing games for the whole plane to see, have at it too. So anyway, she was playing that game where you get like 6 letters and then you have a time limit and you're supposed to like, okay, get as many letters as you can. So she had like C-U-D-R-E-V, I think, were the letters. So she put first letter cud. I don't know why that cracked me up so bad, but I was like, girl, you done lost your Louis Vuitton status right there. What time is it exactly?
8:09.
Okay. So I was like, you put cud. Then the next one she put was crude. Oh, I guess she had a D and a V. And then she put rude. So we've now got cud, crude, and rude, okay? And then she just looks at it and she starts getting real mad. And she hits that hint. She hit the hint thing and then I like gave her a hint and she's like, and I'm like, I wanted so bad to go, cured. And she put in there like cuter, C-U-D-E-R. Oh my God. I've like been up too long today. I was laughing so hard. Anyway, I felt bad for her. Cuter. See, I could title this video, "You're so much cuter," and put C-U-D-E-R, and there would be one person that wouldn't watch a vlog that would say, he doesn't even know how to spell. YouTube comments. Nina West, who's on RuPaul's Drag Race, she's one of my favorites. I've watched her for years and years and years. Watched her win National Entertainer of the Year and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, she's fantastic. She put on Twitter the other day something like, she got like, it was like a badge for like, stopped reading the comments. And that's like such the thing, right? It's like, people tell you like, if you ever in a million years complain once to anybody, okay, like, that is on, like, watches YouTube or is another YouTuber or whatever, if you ever complain and say, you know, like, oh, I got this nasty comment, I don't care if it's the first time out of the gate, whatever, they'll always say to you, don't read the comments. But I feel like I'm making videos for people to watch and respond to. Like, I want to read the comments. I want to know what people are saying. So now I have kind of a discerning eye for all of it. You know what I mean? Like, the same things that bothered me back in the day don't bother me now. And now when people come on here, especially this one, and they just like say a bunch of hateful things or try to, you know, catch me in some shit that I know ain't true, nothing, I'm just like, look, that is so more about you than it is about me. Have your opinions, have your Nancy Drews and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's not about me, okay? I'm gonna continue to do my vlog for the people that enjoy making my vlog. And I continue to read. Did you see the camera move? And I'm gonna continue to, you know, make my videos for the people that enjoy watching them. By the way, several of my psychic predictions have come true again. I said that Tyler Oakley was gonna have a comeback this year, and he just announced that he is for the second time, he's gonna be in the next season of Amazing Race. And there was something else that I said. that was gonna come true? Oh, I said that Billy Ray Cyrus was going to have some kind of comeback. I didn't know if it was gonna be like in a movie or what it was gonna be, and he just came out and did that rap song. So those were two pretty specific, I think, predictions that came true. But anyway, yeah, like, it's hard, you know, and one of the other things is I get this question a lot from people. They'll be like, well, I started my channel, you know, like 6 months ago, and I'm only getting like 5 new subscribers a day, and, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And like, there are some, you know, YouTubers out there that just started 6 months ago, and they're getting like 30 or 100 or 200 a day. I don't get that kind of, I go in waves, but I haven't recently. I probably lost more than I've gained on a daily basis, in all honesty, the last couple months. And I'm okay with that. You know, for me, it's about, are the people that consistently watching my vlogs and my videos, are they still hanging around, you know? And I always tell people this, and I know it's so discouraging. I know people don't want to hear it, but do it because you love it. Like, don't get on YouTube thinking that you're going to make $1 million, because that very rarely happens for anybody, you know? Like, there's very few people out there that happens for. You know, I was thinking about this today. I don't know if you know who Antonio Garza is, but she's kind of this phenomenon on YouTube right now, and all the teenagers love her, and she literally went from like nothing to like millions of subscribers overnight. And when you watch her like, humor is so like specific to her and hilarious, but the thing is that like all of these kids are imitating her now, right? I mean, I watch her videos and I'm like, oh my God, she's hilarious. But she's being herself, right? Yes, bits and pieces of it is, I think, pop culture from like her age group, but most of it is like her, right? And it's so natural who she is. But then I watch other videos and I see people that are trying to kind of emulate that because they really, really like her. When I think that what people don't understand is that if you're yourself, people will fall in love with you, and you'll either explode and become the next big thing on YouTube or pop culture or wherever, or you'll be yourself and you'll be okay with that, you know? And that's always how I've looked at it, is I've got to be myself at the end of the day, excuse me, and I've got to be who I am and what makes, you know, me happy, and what do I enjoy about doing all this, because you're not guaranteed that you're gonna, I mean, listen, let's just be for real, right? I have vlogged every day now for 2 years and January, February, March, 3.5 months. Okay, so is that 24, 25, 26, 27, 27 months I have vlogged every day. For probably half of that or more, I have vlogged about an hour a day. That's a lot. You know, I do it because I love it, but it's a lot. I get between 2,000 and 3,000 views a day, if I'm lucky, okay? The channel hasn't grown in months. I don't get like a lot of new subscribers, and I'm okay with that. I do it because I love it. The money that I make off of my vlog is not even enough to pay for the gas and the oil changes and shit that I put in my car. So, you know, do what you do because you love it. Right, babe? He is not listening to me with his AirPods on. But do what you like because you love it. BookTube, I mean, the drama channels, like, I've decided that like I'm not doing videos about stuff on there unless it's something that I'm like, that I find interesting. I'm just not. And you know, like, if people ask, because I get so many requests, people be like, please do this video, please do. I like the whole Jeffree Star thing with his like makeup getting stolen. Every channel made a video about that. I was like, what can I possibly say about this? And people were like, we want your comment. I think it's sad. I think it's sad that the man had his stuff stolen. I don't think anybody deserves that, period. I think that's horrible, you know, that would happen to somebody else. And why anybody in their right mind would think that that was okay to do to another human being. I think it's horrible. But I think going forward, like, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, it's easy to say that too on 12 days of being away. I mean, I literally haven't posted anything except for one Wendy Williams video. And I haven't really been looking for it either. You know, that's the other thing, is that when you distance yourself a lot from it, you don't really see it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see it all going on and all this kind of stuff. I mean, there's always something going on within the beauty influencer community or YouTuber community or whatever. And I mean, right now I could just list off 5 videos that I could have made that I didn't see anybody else make that were interesting to me. But I think that that's the thing that's important. You have to make the videos that are important to you, you know? So And I think there's a lot of YouTubers out there that do that. Like I think Philip DeFranco, he covers the YouTuber news, but he also covers things that are really, really interesting to him. Turn this up down. He doesn't really ever waver from that, you know what I mean? Which I think is good. I think that, so my advice always to people, you know, is when you're starting a channel and you're struggling with it growing or whatever. I mean, I literally know booktubers that dedicate almost all of their free time and energy to booktube or bookstagram, and they don't even have like 500 followers. They don't even get like 100 views a video. I only on my booktube videos get between like 500 and 1,000. You know, there's people that started 3 months ago and have 3 times as many subscribers as I do, and just are getting crazy amounts of views, and that's fine too. You know, it's like there's somebody that I watch on BookTube. His name's Caleb. He's the Insane Reader, and he I think he's like 18 or 19. Anyway, he's like his last year of high school or something. But his like videos are so fantastic on BookTube, and he like the last, like I would say year, just started getting like a shit ton of views, right? Like I would watch him and he was like at like 10,000 subscribers. He'd get like 10,000 views, 8,000 views. And then literally like overnight, God, my feet are like, my foot is like totally asleep. And then like literally like overnight, like he blew up. And he even said that. I was watching a video of his the other day, and he said on there, like, oh, he did like a Q&A, and somebody was saying, why, or like, how did your channel, he was like, I just kept on, he was like, I almost gave it up, and then he was like, I was encouraged not to give it up, and he was like, I posted a couple more videos, and I just started doing things I really, really wanted to do, and then my channel kind of started taking off. And I think that's the thing. I think that Real Knows Real, when we interviewed Johnny Boy XO way back in the day, we asked her, like, why do you think that your channel has blown up so much? This was when she was still making videos, and she said, I think that Real Knows Real, and when people watch my videos, they know that they're seeing the real thing, they know that they're getting the real deal, and I think that's so true. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing candle reviews, whether you're doing, you know, a vlog channel, whether you're doing beauty influencer or whatever. Somebody told me about a video channel today where the woman taught, like, she does makeup tutorials, but she talks about murder. Like, and it's on every Monday. It's like Murder Mondays or something. Like, I like screenshot it, so I'm gonna watch her videos. But like, whatever you're doing, do like what makes you happy or what is unique to you. You know what I mean? Can we just talk about this one hair that is like falling down on my face? Yeah. So, because that's what people are going to be attracted to, you know? Don't go into it trying for the subs and the views and whatever, because the reality is that may not last. You know what I mean? It just may not. I have witnessed that. So, you know, be happy with the people that are dedicated to watching you, and they found you just on a fluke. Like, this is a subscriber that's important, okay? The person, and if you think about it, if you're one of these subscribers to people, because I'm this subscriber to some people, right? When you found somebody on a fluke, but then like immediately started watching them and you're like, I love this person. Like, I want to see more of this person. And then you go in and you like watch all of their videos and you can't get enough of it, and you're telling your friends about them, and you're okay, that right there is a true subscriber. Those are the people that you care about. You don't care about the 10,000 people that are going to come and subscribe to your channel because they saw you on something, you know what I mean? Like, they saw you in a collab or something. Yeah, that's great, it's exposure, I think. But like, I mean, every person back in the day that ever shouted me out, like Trisha and everybody, they'd say to me, I can shout you out all day long, but it's gonna be, people are gonna have to come to your channel and like what you like. So if people subscribe, that's because they come to your channel and they like what they see. It has nothing to do with me shouting you out. I think there's a lot of truth to that, you know? The whole idea of you can, you know, lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So if you're gonna do YouTube, do it because you love it. Do it for because it makes you happy. Do it because, you know, you're driven. Do it because you cannot go another day if you don't make a video. That's really, like, when I started BookTube, that was really what it was about for me. Like, I could not get it out of my head. Like, I just couldn't get it out of my head. Like, I was like, I want to do this. I want to be part of this. Like, I'm ready to start it. But I was scared. I had, like, all this fear, too. Like, I wanted to lose all this weight. And I was like, and I can't talk in public. look at me now, right? You know? And I had like all this fear associated with it. What if I'm a failure? What if I don't? And what if nobody watches it? What if it like literally sits up there? Okay, if you've ever watched Haters Back Off with Colleen Ballinger, the very first video she posts, when she posts it, and she's like sitting there like waiting, like that is literally like when you post your very first video and you think like all of a sudden you're gonna get like 100 views, and like you come the next day and it says like 6. Okay, we all start off like that, okay, unless maybe you're Tana Mojo or something, I don't know, but we all start off like that. I mean, I literally can remember like, and I posted it all over like my Twitter and stuff like that. But I can remember coming to my like first BookTube video the next day and it being like 20, 24 views, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe 24 people watched my video. Who are they? Who are these 24 people? And people left comments and people were so nice, you know. And so you have to do it because you can't imagine your life if you're not, if you don't do it. You know what I mean? But that's how it was for me. And I'm so happy that I started it. And I feel so blessed that I started it because it's just given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. It just absolutely has. And, you know, there's so much hatred and anger in the world. And I think that exists on YouTube as well. But you can choose whether or not you want to be part of that. I think it's really easy for us to talk about toxicity on social media, toxicity, you know, like in comment sections, toxicity on YouTube and things like that. And I have talked a lot about it as well. I've also participated at times. I really think I've done a pretty good job in the last 6 months plus of not doing that. But that exists anywhere in the world, you know? And I think that we have to choose if we're gonna be part of the light or part of the dark. And so think about that, like in what you're putting out there onto YouTube, if you choose to do that. But I encourage everybody to start a channel, start a channel, start a channel. And one of the things that people always say to me is, I wouldn't have started a channel if it wasn't for you. Thank you so much for start it. What are you waiting for? Trust me, 6 months from now, you'll be like, I'm so glad I started my channel. Like, this is a part, even if you just have like some small channel, like on BookTube, you know, or the candle company, that you start meeting other people and you meet 2 other people that you become friends with. But you do have to reach out and you do have to be friendly with other people and be like, hey, I'm a new, oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. I can't go much longer because we're gonna have to go over there for us to sit down in a second. But you have to say, you know, like reach out to people and be like, hey, I really like your channel. Now I wouldn't like for me, okay, when I started BookTube, I may have like reached out to, with 5 subscribers, like the top 5. They didn't really notice me, and they haven't really ever noticed me to this day. But anyway, well, one of them got real mad at me because I said that his content was boring. I said his videos bore me and that I don't get as excited about, and he never once has said anything to me, not on Twitter, nowhere, nothing. And that one video he had, I don't know how he even found it. I must have tagged him or something in it. And he commented on my video and he said, I'm sorry that my videos disappoint you. And then I felt really bad, and I like commented back. People are real sensitive though on BookTube, they really are. But anyway, I was like, no, I've always loved your videos. I'm sorry that your feelings are hurt. He's like the biggest like guy on BookTube. Actually, it's not true. There's this Latino guy or Brazilian guy or something, and he has like millions upon millions of subscribers. So anyway, but like I don't know that people really consider him BookTube. Anyway, what's always interesting to me is that like you can like see like a review of a book on BookTube, and it will get like most 5,000 views. Okay. I'm trying to think of somebody that did this. And then like you can see like a mainstream YouTuber do a review of the book, 175,000 views. And you're like, that many people? Okay, that's not true. Lily C. Reeves, she pulls views, and she's like this young college girl from Australia. She's adorable, she's hilarious. She constantly is posting these videos, and she's like, I'm taking down my whole channel, yeah, like I can't do it anymore. And then like the next day she'll like put them all back public again, and then she's like, I'm taking them down, they're shit, I can't stand them. She's so funny. But like she does these reviews of like books that you've never even heard of, and they literally get like 100,000 views. I'm like, what? She's kind of the Antonio Garza of the BookTube community a little bit. So, you know, the kids are always looking for something new to watch, you know what I mean? Aren't we all? I'm looking for just a really good vlogger that I can just sit and watch on a daily basis again. Do you guys see I'm like, look at that, I'm Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here because Alex is getting his stuff together and we probably need to go over to our gate. Where are you going? Are you gonna bring it back? Okay. Oh, he's going to get something to eat. What time do you think we need to go over there? What time do you think we need to go over there? Because our plane leaves in a half an hour.
The departs at 9:24, so.
Okay. Now he's hungry for something. When I was hungry, he didn't want anything. That's fine. I don't want anything anymore now anyway. I thought I did because there was all the activity down there. But really all there is a McDonald's and some like really bougie expensive restaurant. What airport were we in that was like really, really nice? There's this little wine area that we sat in there and Alex had a glass of wine. They had like cheese and grapes and stuff. What airport was that? It was like a beautiful airport. I don't remember, it doesn't matter. We're not there, we're at Atlanta, this is actually a really beautiful airport, but I will say this. The coming through immigration and customs part was the most confusing thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. Absolutely the most confusing thing. They had us, I've never like seen it done like this before in my entire life. You can see I'm not stopping it because he's going to get food. So I'll just keep on vlogging until he gets back. We come in and like they split it up in between. I really want to take my hat off, but that looks stupid, doesn't it? Because it's so dark. But anyway, so they split us into connecting flights and ending in Atlanta. Okay, so if you're ending in Atlanta, you're this way, and if you're a connecting flight, you're going over here. So we get into connecting flights. It's a massive line, okay? Wrapping around, wrapping around, wrapping around. I'm like, thank God we have 4 hours until we take off. We're sitting over there, we're sitting there, we're sitting there. So just keep on wrapping around, wrapping around. Then it went on the other side, okay? So, excuse me. I thought like one side was connecting flights and the other side was people that were staying in Atlanta. Oh, no. It was all connecting flights. So they put us through this whole thing that went this way, and then we had to walk over to the other side and then go through it and then go to like each little thing. So then we would go through that. Then we that took us probably an hour. And then we took these escalators down to do baggage claim. And then we got our bags and we carried them through and then rechecked them again. Like, do we have to go through immigration again in Indianapolis? I hope not, because I cannot deal. So anyway, so then we like go check our bags again. We would just like hand them to this guy and like he just like, I don't know what he was doing. I was so confused. And at this point, I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, Alex. And Alex is like, well, I've never done this before either like this. I mean, I've gone through customs and immigration my fair share of my life. I've traveled quite a bit, but never like this. This was a total mess. So then we had to get into another line, and then it was like all of a sudden 6 lines, and then it was splitting us all up, and I was so confused, and we had to go through, and then all of a sudden, here we are, just go to your gate. So I was like, okay, that was easy at the end, but very confused by all of it. So anyway, now here we are. We have like an hour and a half left until we're home, and then Alex's friend Sarah is picking us up from the airport, so we don't have to do an Uber, which is really, really nice. And guess what? I have sat here for now 23 and 23 is 46. 46 and 6 is 52. I have now sat here for 52 minutes and vlogged. So my vlog is done. The vlog is done. The vlog is done. Spirit fingers. Don't even worry about it, because when I get home, well, not Tuesday, because Tuesday night I have my meeting, but maybe on Wednesday I might be going to the Cheesecake Factory and getting the Impossible Burger, because I've been craving it for 12 days. But then after that, okay, this won't be bouncing anymore, because I'm going to be getting in some serious business. In fact, my trainer today, she texted me and she said, because I had put like my training sessions on hold, well, she thought I was back today. And so she's like, did I miss the date? Did we get it wrong? Because you missed your appointment today. And I was like, it was at like 1 o'clock, my appointment today. But I had told her I didn't want to start it again until next week. And so, and I'm thinking about, don't hold me to this, but I'm thinking about maybe going twice a week to the trainer and getting like real serious about this stuff. Like, it's time, right? And so I texted her and I said, no, I said, we're actually still at the airport in Cancun. I must have given you the wrong date, but I thought I told you that I wouldn't be back into town. And she said, oh, I thought you meant like, you said you were flying back that day. I thought or that you would be back in town that day. I thought you meant like for the training session. I was like, no. So it was just miscommunication. So I'm going to see her next Monday. So I might eat like Porky Pig between now and next Monday. But starting next Monday, it is the real deal. And then listen, I'm like fashion noodle of the world on Instagram. I'm going to get really into shape. And then this is my new pose. Oh God. Life's too short. You gotta take Instagram seriously, don't you? I mean, God, you get judged for that Instagram stuff all day long. Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you, for $39, these are the most comfortable shoes in the entire world. And when I got them, I was really like, because you know I have the black ones, but now my black ones are completely faded from the beach and everything. And I think it's not from the beach. I think it's actually from the chlorine in the pool. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to go get another pair of the black ones. But can I just tell you, these blue ones, I was like, where the hell am I going to wear these? They look so good with everything, and especially jeans and a polo shirt at the airport. They are perfect travel shoes. They really are. But I haven't had to take my shoes off at all. Guy over here is like, I was moving the camera over to show you the guard, and then he walked away, and then I turned it off. But anyway, he was like kind of like walking close, and I was like, what is going on here? I don't know that I care for that. I wonder what my husband got to eat. Well, he's not back yet. Do you guys want to wait and see what he got to eat? So when we get home, well, all the tax stuff is done. I just have to go and pick it up, and then, because I sent him like the stuff that he had to have that we didn't have the day that we went there. So he said it's all done. I just have to go there tomorrow and pick it up, because he's leaving, because he's got his wedding. Or he's getting married in May or something like that. But then, like, I don't know. Alex is the one that's like, he talks to him. So anyway, but they're like going down there to plan it or something like that in Miami. So I have to go tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that tomorrow is the last day he's going to be in the office before taxes are due. So I have to go pick it up tomorrow and at 10 a.m. and finalize stuff with him. And then I have to pick the dogs up in the afternoon. So I'm going to go to the post office tonight. Oh, we got all of our mail, because we got our mail held too. So all of our mail, and yeah. I kind of sometimes enjoy getting back into town a little bit. I like getting in a car, because it's kind of weird, because I haven't been in a car like in so long, you know what I mean? Do you know what are you guys like that? Okay. Like when you haven't driven. And Alex, like he drove the Jeep the whole day, so like that was like his dream, and I'm like, you drive it, you live the dream, So he did. He's been gone for, well, I don't know now, because I stopped recording it on the other side because I turned the camera. How long have I been okay, you wanna hear some funny story? So these little things right here, these things that you put coffee cups in, I don't know what they're called, but our very first vacation that we took, well, not our very first vacation, but our very first like trip to a beach was Florida, the first year that Alex and I were together. And we went down there with our friend who now lives in Dallas, Texas. And when we were down there, we were by the pool one day, and we met this guy, and he was like retired at like 35, 40. And I was like, we were just talking to him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm retired, whatever. He was kind of being like a little, you know. And I was like, oh, well, what do you do that you're retired from? And he was like, he said he invented these things. The paper dress for the coffee cup. Seriously? Hello, why couldn't I have invented that? But I didn't. I didn't invent it. Sorry. Sorry, Pop. Sorry, Mom. Pop. I don't call my dad Pop. I don't call him. I have called him Pops before, but typically I always call him Dad. Isn't that funny what we call people? Like our grandparents. I always call my grandparents grandma and grandpa. But I know a lot of people that call, like, so Caroline's son, my cousin Caroline, he called my uncle Poppy. And he called my aunt Grandma. And then, of course, you know, Alex calls his aunts and uncles Tia and Tio, and then his grandparents Abuela. But like Sebastian and Carlitos call Alex's mom Titi. It's Titi. I don't ask. I have no idea. It stands for something. I think it means like one of them called her like one of the other kids, one of Alex's cousin's kids, called her like Tia when she was young, and I think Carlitos thought they were saying Titi instead of Tia. So I think that's why. Here he comes. What did he get? I can't tell. I think that's why they called her Titi. I'll have to ask him when he gets back. He went. I just love being stupid.
Oh, I see you asleep.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
She doesn't.
Ooh. Actually, that doesn't.
She should probably move over there.
You think we should move over there? Okay, let me finish my vlog. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna get off here now, and I'm gonna say goodnight to you. If I get back into Indianapolis on the way to the post office, I may film like 5 minutes just to say goodnight. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic, what is tomorrow? Tuesday. And thank you for following along on the trip with us. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for entertaining me for this hour while I've sat on the airport floor to make this time go a lot faster. Yeah, it's been really fun. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Unless you have other plans, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And pass it on to somebody else. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye.